Welcome to episode 9 of my Code Vein walkthrough. We are starting Code Vein 2 walkthrough. We are starting at the Northern Watchfort in Corroded Scar to grab this Pathos. We are not going to complete this dungeon because I want to save the side character missions until, you know, like I'm gonna do them all together. Like each character I'll do. And so right here, we are just going to open this door into the Northern Watchfort, and the Pathos is actually pretty easy to find. It's very early in the dungeon, so we're not going to have any trouble getting it and getting out. And I actually did not know there was going to be this many bad guys right here. I am very close to switching builds, by the way, so I will not be sticking with this shotgun silver shot much longer. I'm going to be switching. I think I'm going to switch to the jaded curve blades. So don't stress about this place too much. Just grab the Tender Crimson Stone 2. And seeing what level Tender Crimson Stones you get kind of tells you when you should be coming here, you know? So right now is not a bad time to be coming here. And we're going to knock it out later, and it's going to be super easy because I'm going to be over leveled for it. But that's kind of the price you pay to save all of the missions till you want to do them at one time. Okay.
Stay sharp.
So in here, you'll have a little mini boss. I want to say we already missed the Pathos, but maybe it's upstairs a little bit more. So this guy will give us a key, if I'm not mistaken. I just need to get in there and get a couple hits on him to get my Venom off. And Venom went off, and I need to get out of there. Yeah, I really do not enjoy this playstyle of getting away, shooting at him from a distance. I much prefer a playstyle of like being up in their face and dodging and, you know, just knocking them out. Yeah, so the Pathos is going to be like right up on that ledge, I guess. And so we're going to go down to go up. Ooh. I missed the proper ledge to jump down onto.
How do you feel?
Okay, let's re-kill everything in here. This time I'm actually going to buff myself properly. Reload before I go in. Oh, 4 is the max ammo this thing can have. Fantastic.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay, let's go ahead and trigger the guys on the sides. And the guys on the side surprisingly didn't come out, which is kind of neat, I guess.
Friendly door. I'm game.
Okay, let's just skip them. Oh no! It took too long to get on the ladder. Anyways, they might follow. Can they climb ladders? I forget. Okay, this big boy will be out here again. Fantastic. I'm just going to ignore him, and I'm going to grab my haze. Oh, and I'm going to drop down on the proper ledge. Okay, okay. Now this shouldn't be too far, should it? Okay. I also don't like that it just instantly kills you when you fall too far. I much prefer a system of like, you know, you fall too far and then you take fall damage as opposed to just like instant death when you fall a certain distance. It's like, you know, give me a break. Come on. Like, I don't believe that fall would have killed me if there was proper fall damage in the game. That's just what I think. Level up a couple times. Okay, so you could have just skipped all that stuff initially to come through here. Now we'll take this elevator up, and this elevator will be how we get the Pathos that's up here. And then the Pathos should be right outside this door, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, I thought it was on the lower level, so I was mistaken again. Okay, so there is outside. Let's just go ahead and take this guy out. So the goal is to kind of draw him out here so he's by himself. And there he goes. He just got Venom on him. And I actually didn't mean to do that a third time. I'm just kind of letting my Venom tick down on him. You know, might as well just like let it kill him. Well, him and Lyle. Venom on that one. Venom on that one. And now you'll die, ladies. Actually, maybe Venom won't be enough to kill them by itself. Okay, now we're heading outside. I pretty much already almost beat this dungeon. But anyways, the Pathos should be somewhere around here outside. Okay, let's check. The Pathos is supposed to be right here. Okay. So on the other side of this building.
Friendly door. I'm game.
Oh, because I did friendly fire. He said friendly duel. Okay, interesting. Is that what it was? I really thought this Pathos was earlier in the dungeon. I'm gonna stop saying that. And if I missed it, I'm sorry. There it is. I did not miss it. Fantastic. That sucks. Oh no, door. There we go.
Keep it up.
Reload real quick before we go in here with Big Boy. Okay. Yeah, you just have to kind of hope that you're just gonna have to hope they don't lunge at you while you're doing the Ronda shot, which is like another reason I just don't like it very much. There's just so much time that you're just kind of free to just be messed up. Okay, so we're gonna offer our prayers to this, and we're gonna go ahead and get the shortcut because we're already there. We're gonna do everything in this dungeon except for fight the boss. Okay, there we go. We got the Pathos, and now there should be a shortcut to drop around here. It should be like a ladder around here. There we go. Maybe there is no boss in here. I mean, geez. Oh wait, no. You know what? You have to be in a different timeline for this mission to spawn here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're heading back to forward base 2, and we're gonna head into the limestone caverns. I really want to change my build before I do that.
Let's roll.
I'm gonna change my build, and I will be right back, and I'll show you what I changed. Okay, I am back at forward base 2. And just a quick thing with what I did, I changed to the Lyle blood code for the dexterity strength modifiers. And because I'm playing with them right now, you could also do Jose the blind hero. So, man, I hate it. I hate the mouse, like how the mouse always changes where everything is if you're on PC. Okay, so I put on the jaded curb blades. I put on chain lightning just to have a ranged option, and also my conversion was going over if I had it on anything else. Phantom Assault is going to be my main like DPS gap closer weapon. Then I have Adrenaline and Blade Dance for buffs. And I'm using the Jaded Curb Blades, and I got them up to +9. So that's the entire build change that I did. And now we're going to head down the elevator, which is the first time we've headed down the elevator. We have jumped off the ledges and stuff, but we haven't actually used the elevator it told us to. We're going to head down the elevator, and we're going to knock out the limestone caverns, and we're going to come out north of the limestone caverns, and we're going to grab a couple things up here, and we're going to start heading this way to get this and this Pathos. Okay, so just jumping on my motorcycle, and we're immediately going to turn to the right, and then I'm immediately going to get off my motorcycle because there's a purple item. And you always got to grab purples because it could always be an uncanny stone. Okay, so now we're heading into this cave system right here. This is called the Limestone Caverns. I guess this is technically the Crystal Grotto. But this is also the Limestone Cavern. So you're not going to have a map of it yet. You're going to have to uncover a map goblin down here. And basically, this place is just like underneath where we just were. So all of those items we couldn't find earlier, we're going to find down here. And if they're not down here, they're gonna be upstairs. So this one is actually outside the caves, but that's okay. This one's inside the caves. We'll go ahead and mark them all just so when we come close to them, we know. So I like to have them on my compass, so when I'm getting close to them, I can I see it on the compass, and I'm like, okay, let me kind of head in this direction and see what's up. The compass isn't down here, but okay. So you can already see, like, that enemy would have taken me like 3 shotgun shells to beat. And with the JD curve blades, I was just able to run up and attack him. And now I don't have to worry about my I-core running out all the time or worry about all the other things I was worrying about. One thing I do want to see, since I'm already burdened, I'm going to go ahead and change blood codes, and I'm going to switch to the Reaper. And we are going to just keep running. I'm going to go left first. And the reason I'm going to go left is because I know it's not the correct way to go. I love these slime things. That's like, I pointed out in a previous video how they'll just jump over you doing no damage. Not always. Sometimes they'll hit you and it'll hurt. But sometimes they'll just jump right over your head doing no damage. So the left path is actually the path we need to go down. So we're going down, or sorry, the right path is the one we need to go down. And so we're going to head down the left path a little bit. Okay, what we don't want to do, we don't want to get out there and be beamed down by that ranged enemy in the back. Those ranged enemies, they're stationary, but they can really pack a punch if you let them. And then Phantom Assault's just taking stuff out as usual. Phantom Assault's a really strong ability. You get it very early in the game, right inside Sunken City. Oh, can we get in there? Yes, we did. You get it really early in the game, and it's really strong. And honestly, I used it up until the final couple bosses of the game, you know? Okay, so now that we got all that, we're gonna head back down the right path. So had we gone down the right path, we would have just ended up right here. So we're just gonna drop down this ledge, and now we ended up right here. And it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we're gonna teleport across the slime with Phantom Assault to kill that guy. And now we're gonna have a couple slimies over here. So just keep your eyes peeled, and we're just looking around for some items. This guy's trying to bounce, and I was trying to wait until he bounced, but then he just wasn't bouncing. And you can see those little spiky things in the sludge also look like enemies, and so sometimes they will be enemies. You know, you should be able to tell, but you know they can blend in sometimes. Like you see the little spikies, and then okay, none of them popped up, but I'll try to get video of it for later. You go ahead and pop adrenaline on since I haven't been using adrenaline. I love these weapons. They just look so cool, and I didn't use them in my last playthrough at all, so I really wanted to use them in this playthrough. Okay, so now we're coming up to our first like area in the dungeon. So you'll have a couple enemies over here in this little camp, and there's one way up top, so just watch out for that. I also like that attack that Lyle's using right now, the lightning, it's called Lightning Blade? It's not called Lightning Blade. Tempest Blade? Something like that. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Energy Cleave, except lightning instead of like pure energy. There we go. Get this purple, platinum, very nice. You'll want a lot of platinum for later when you're leveling stuff up. Platinum levels up your jails. So I also love smashing these tents because, I don't know, it's just funny that you can smash them. Okay, we finally found our first map goblin down here. And this map goblin is only going to be for the Crystal Grotto. So you're still going to have to find more map goblins for the next areas. So now you can kind of see your map. And once you see your map, you could kind of see if you miss anything. Like I put the marker for A right here. So we know that in this area, there's going to be a golden nectar. And then up here, I put a marker for C, which is a Pathos. So presumably that Pathos is going to be right here. And if I didn't put the map marker there, you can see under it, the map kind of covers the icon of the Pathos. So that's another reason to put the markers there early. So we're just going to continue into the Crystal Grotto some more. And where we're heading is called the Limestone Caverns, which is just one big interconnected underground area, but still. It's a good chance to rest and get our ichor back. And I guess a couple of our heals. Oh, you know what? I have a bunch of healing upgrades to throw on that I haven't put on yet. There we go. That's good. Should have done that earlier. Healing upgrades are what allow me to play so poorly. Okay. We should see some slime enemies and a couple more gunners down here. Unless I'm in the wrong area. Unless I'm just thinking of the wrong area, I should say. Grabbing all these crafting materials. Oh, and we actually have a boss right here, which I do not remember at all. So, bad on me. Bad on my note-taking. These guys are scary looking, and they are pretty tough, but they're not, like... They're not so strong that you need to be super scared. Now, I am just trying to get in there and get some hits off on him, so I can charge up my Blade Dance, so I can make my Phantom Strike better. And you can see, is he gonna one-shot me? Nope. So Phantom Assault only lasts for 1 minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in there and start hitting him with my attacks. Now, one thing that I'm curious about that I actually don't know the answer to, I don't know if you reapply Phantom Strike if you keep all of the buffs. Oh, man. And that's something that I could easily test, but I'm not. Or I haven't yet, I should say. And you can see I'm playing so poorly, and that's allowed because, and I could get a drain shot on this guy. But one thing about these guys, when they're ready for a drain shot, is you have to be, I think, in front of them, like at a very specific spot. And I found that, like, when I try to leave the fight and run around them and get he's already out of the stun state by the time I get around. So what's the point? So that was actually the boss you needed to kill for the mission. So, okay. Didn't know that. Forgot about him. Forgot he was there. That's how insignificant he was. We're going to continue through the cave system out the other side, because we are going for healing upgrades and pathoses. And we've got our golden nectar right here, and a surprising lack of enemies leading up to it, which makes me
collect the nectar.
Worry. I only saw one enemy so far. 2 enemies so far. I mean, honestly, I don't want to spend my time fighting this guy, but why not? Okay, so I just stepped right back into his lightning like an idiot. In my head, I was dodge rolling around him, but that's kind of like the problem with, Okay, I kind of knew that I was gonna probably die there, but I knew Lyle would get me up, so... And I was like, I only need to hit him one more time, come on. So, my plan worked to Phantom Assault through his shots, but then my first hit missed, but my second hit landed, which almost killed him, so that's very nice. So as you can see, that was sloppy as fuck. Locking onto enemies can often have a detrimental effect, just like it just did. I was trying to dodge roll, like, to his side, and instead I ended up dodge rolling kind of in front of him, just because I was locked on at how I was angling the joystick at the time. And, you know, that happens sometimes. Like, you try to move the camera real quick so you can, like, dodge roll, and then, you know... Learning to lock on and lock off really fast is a really good skill to have that I don't have. Like, in Kingdom Hearts 1, if you watch my walkthrough, you'll see that, like, I do it a lot on bosses. Very specific bosses. I was just rewatching the Hercules Cup, and that's what made me think of it. Because in that fight, I do that a lot. The Hercules fight specifically. But it's a really good skill that I just, you know, haven't really developed. I'm just kind of like a brute forcer. I see enemy, I want to hit enemy. You know, I don't really want to think tactically. Okay, so here is the area I actually thought we were in earlier when I was talking about the slimes. So when I was talking about the slimes, I was talking about right down there, and you can see our next Pathos is right below us. So we will get there very quickly. So I guess you could just drop down right here if you wanted to. Let's test it. Yep. slimy boys out. Next Pathos in. And again, I'm just trying to get most of the Pathoses before we continue on. So there is so you have them, you get the most out of the buffs is kind of the key. So we don't have a proper missile here, but we do have a respawn point, so we might as well just hit it. Get all of our stuff back. Okay, so now there are a couple little side paths to follow down here. So we're going to go out here. We're going to get some items that are out here. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to keep exploring up here. And our goal is to get out of this dungeon, which I think this is actually the exit right here. I think these are both exits. So we won't be in here like for the entire path. We will get outside. I did not expect... Oh... And dodging. Oh, motherfucker. They, Bandai Namco did put out a statement saying that they're going to be fixing kind of the reactiveness of some of the stuff. And I think part of it's going to be the dodge rolling. Like, the animation lock and the speed at which you... It's just, you can't make enemies this fast and then make... It's just so hard to kind of animation cancel. And I understand that's a regular Souls feature, you know? So the last golden nectar is actually right there. You can see it right there. Not the last one, but the next one. And so we're going to go grab that baby.
Feels different.
But we're going to have to get out of the dungeon first. We probably could have dropped down right there, but we're not going to. So now we're heading back into the caves now that we got that forma. And we are heading up here. And there are two exits to this dungeon. To the... Oh, hey, buddy. This guy, sneaky. That was legitimately, like, one of the few, like, actual sneak attacks that worked. And I had no idea that was coming. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Because I was just so, like, focused on thinking about, like, what my next moves are going to be. Okay, so here we got a werebeast. Okay. Werebeast. Let me buff up. And then just kind of some generic looking... Oof, that was tough. Okay. I need to focus up for a second. Damn, I was trying to block his move with my jail. So with the Reaper jail, you can actually block moves. So when you use your Reaper jail, you do that little spin thing. And that spin thing actually blocks like the spin in front of you right there. That actually can counter moves. So I was trying to counter him into getting some Ichor back. And it did not go to plan. Just running out here and grabbing some of these roaring thunder shards as if I'm ever going to actually... use them. I never craft, and the only thing I've crafted in this game has been boiled eggs as gifts, or hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, hard-boiled eggs to give out as gifts to max that affinity. You know what I'm saying? Got to get that affinity up so you can buy the character's weapons. Okay, now we're just heading up, and away. Let's see if I can't get an attack out before I get thrown on the ground. So that's the one thing about the bayonet that I think people like, is they don't get tossed around like a sack of eggs. I said eggs a lot recently. Like a sack of crap. Like a sack of poopy. I was just about to say I'd love to get some Ichor off this guy. I want to do a back attack. Oh, there we go. I was like, I was dead on that back attack. I don't know why I didn't trigger. At least I thought I was. Oh! The second he started doing that attack, I knew I was screwed, but I'd already committed to the forma. I mean, come on, guy. I mean, what's up with this AI? What's up with this AI? He knew exactly that I was gonna go. Like, he's been pushing forward this whole time, and then he jumped back. Okay, good AI, I guess. Unless, more likely, it knows exactly what moves you're gonna do. Okay, we got Lau's Blood Code maxed out, so the next Mistle we hit, we'll get the next version of it, which will make us nice and stronger. And we're gonna keep pushing. We're just gonna keep on pushing. Come on. Push it on out. Push it on out. Burn them legs. Let's run. There are some mods that increase your run speed and your motorcycle speed minimally, which I've considered picking up some of those for this walkthrough, just to save a little bit of time, but I was like, I don't want to put on any game-changing mods. The only mod that I've used so far is to change one of the character outfits that you can see in one of my other videos on my main character. Or I say my character that I've already beat the game with, I guess. Main is such a derogatory term. Okay, and here we go. There's nothing else in here that's super important. There's a forma, I want to say. So if you go out the left right here, you're just going to end up at an exit. Like there's the exit right there. And if you go out the right here, you're going to end up at an exit too, but there's more stuff to do. Oh, these screamy boys are the worst. So these screamy boys, they scream and they summon every other enemy like in the vicinity. Which is rude. Now the question is, did they summon the werebeast behind me? No, they did not, thank God. I was trying to time it. I'm bad at timing. Wow. My dodge roll has now become the medium dodge roll. So there is an ability to get the lower level dodge roll even when you're at a higher threshold. And I will be using that ability the second I get access to it, but you don't get it until much later in the game. Okay, what's going on, dude? Where are you going? And we know we don't want to get hit by that lightning. Can I get a drain attack off before he dies? And no. I know I finished that sentence way after he died, but I just wanted to finish my thought. Okay, there is not a forma up here as previously promised. Don't fucking judge me. I don't fucking know everything, you know? Just kidding. Like, when I first started making the guide for the walkthrough, I was like taking notes, and then I was like, I don't even know what's important versus what's not important. Like, I should have, I don't know. I'm bad. I don't have a system. I don't have a system yet. I really want to make like a system for like, okay, when I'm doing the first playthrough, here's what I look for to make the notes, and then
about time,
you know, and then go from there. Okay, so there's a couple different paths you can take here, and none of them are bad. I'm gonna level up a little bit. And actually, did I get Lyle's next blood code? Yeah, I will once I'm done resting.
I'm impressed. Looks like you've met.
Thank you, Lyle. I will upgrade that right now. So now we're going to the B rank blood code, which is not going to be able to be leveled up for quite some time. But it did increase our weapon damage by barely any. Let's see, do we have any blood codes that would make our weapons stronger? No, sir. Okay. Did we move into the light area? So our strength is the only thing stopping us from... Our strength is the only thing stopping us from a light dodge roll. I don't think there's anything I can do right now. The only thing I could do is go get a booster. That would make it better. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are just going to head to
This one grew up
our golden mistles that are down here. So here is the another golden mistle, and then we're gonna head down to the one that I said was the last one. But I really just meant it was like the last one in this area. So let's go look at the map real quick. This is underground. So this is right beside that abandoned miner camp. And this is underground. And now we have this golden nectar right here. And now we're heading for that golden nectar, and then we're going to teleport back to where we are right now. So I'm just gonna jump off and, oh, it canceled my wings on me. I did not, right there where the wings got canceled, that was not me. Okay. You can stop for any purples that you want to. I highly suggest stopping for all purples. I am just not doing it for time's sake on the video. And the reason I say stop for any purples isn't because every purple is good. It's because it could always be, well, upgrade materials for one, obviously, that's huge. But it could also be a, most importantly, a uncanny stone. If I could speak properly and get my words out. Okay, I saw a bridge right over here, and there it is. No! Okay, I don't see a way out of this one. I thought I could at least walk in it like you can for a lot of it. Okay, we're going back to the Vistal. My bad. Please forgive me for my ignorance and badness. Since I just said it, let's just go ahead and grab this purple. And I missed the purple. I was trying to grab it when I was driving through it. If you're on PC, there's also a mod to auto pick up everything when you run over it. And I highly suggest that mod too. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get to the golden nectar. Last time I did this, I actually didn't go this way to get the golden nectar. I came from the other direction. And I actually stopped going this way because of exactly what's happening right now, which was just... Okay. I put myself in a situation. And nice soft touchdown. There we go. And now it's home free to the golden nectar. Is that a swamp? That is a swamp. And we are right back to where we were. I don't want to risk falling off again, so I am not going to run in on that guy and start... Mother... I said I don't want to risk falling in again, and I forgot I fell in because I summoned my motorcycle, and then I did it again. I forgot. This should I want to cut this out of the video, but also I don't want to because it's so bad. It's kind of funny to me that I did the same mistake 2 times in a row. The exact same thing that killed me. Wild. Okay, we're coming back up to the swamp. This is not the swamp. This is just like a little mini swamp. The real swamp is right in front of us. And I was thinking if I pulled up on my if I pulled up on my motorcycle right there, maybe I could have just flown across the swamp too. Okay, don't get on your motorcycle. Don't get on your motorcycle. Don't get on your motorcycle. Why? My motorcycle turned to the left both times that I tried to summon it. Oh, anyways, once you're past that bridge, you're home free. It's super easy once you get past the bridge because you're just right here. If I could do this all over again, I would come in from a different direction. Now let me show you what that direction is. Okay, now let me show you what that direction is. I would have instead just taken this, like gone to this bridge and then just like flown over here, like jumped off and flown over here, or taken the path down over here. I would not have come the way that I came. Anyways, now I'm going to teleport back up to the Mistal that is at the Plateau base camp. And now we're heading up to the Corroded area, which is super fun. I say Corroded area like the whole thing's not corroded. We're heading north. That's where we're heading. Let's go ahead and mark some stuff on the map. So we are going to get this Pathos. And then we're going to loop around and we're going to come over here and we're going to go inside this dungeon. This golden nectar you will not be able to get until you get the 4th hero, like I said earlier. So just be careful around here. Most of this green stuff won't kill you right when you get in it. It looks like that green stuff to my left will. Oh my god. I should have rested until it was daytime at the Mistal. Anyways, nice. I got a Judgment Halbert Gregory. So I should have rested until it was daytime, but I did not. Okay, from right here, be very careful. What you don't want to do is you don't want to fall into anything. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this respawn point. I don't necessarily... Let's look around a little bit. Okay, got it. Okay. I was going to say I don't necessarily remember how you get down over here, but I found it. No problem. So I'm just going to jump down and we're just going to fly over here. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. And now there's the Mistal right there, and then right below us should be the Pathos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around this way, and I'm gonna drop down into here, and I'm gonna grab this Mistal. And the fun part right here is that you actually need to go through the green stuff to get across, which I think is pretty cool. We got ourselves an Uncanny Stone. So here's the Pathos, and it's underneath the building right next to the Mistal. And so you can run in most of the green stuff, so it's not a big deal. And now we're actually going to go rest at the Mistal, which you could have done initially, but I knew that I was going to run in lava, so... Okay, so this is a little area that is explorable. From here, you can find a path to get up here to this cave, but that cave's for a mission later, so I'm going to save it for later. And now we're going to start heading this way, and I'm going to head down this pathway and get to this dungeon. So, I'm going to drive through some lava. I say lava, it's clearly acid. And we just kind of want to be heading southwest-ish. And if you're on your motorcycle, you'll see that I'm not taking any damage, only the motorcycle's taking damage. So it will despawn your motorcycle, but like, that's not the end of the world, because you'll get it back like almost immediately. I'll let Lyle go mess around with those guys and have his fun. And we're just heading... I just think sometimes it's easier to just jump off the motorcycle and re-aim it as opposed to... So here's a dungeon you'll come to later that I was talking about earlier. So don't stress about that dungeon. And from here, now you're on top of this bridge. And this bridge leads to the insides of the castle, but you can't use that door right now. So we're just going to look to the west once we're on this bridge, and we're going to see that path right there. And I'm just going to jump down. And I didn't take any damage there, but that got kind of froggy. So there are going to be a lot of enemies on this path up here. There's like a checkpoint where there's like quite a few enemies. We're going to run straight through them. And we're going to run through them because there's a fucking lot of them. Like, those 4 right there weren't even all of them. There were some gunners off on the left and right. So once we run through them, we're going to end up at this Mistal, which is a part of a dungeon called... Let's find out what it's called together. Okay, it is called the Riverport Watch Fort. So in here, we're going to get a Nether Golden Nectar, which I'm just going to go ahead and mark on the map so we have a map marker. And once we get through the backside of this, there's a cave system we're going to follow to get this Pathos and this regeneration bead. Okay, so there's 2 ways to handle this. Actually, I'm not sure if there's 2 ways. The first time I came in here, I just went in here and fought the boss. I want to test something, though. I want to see if you can get through this dungeon without fighting that boss by going in the side right here. So to the left right here, you'll instantly see the Golden Nectar. Easy peasy. We're done with that. And I just want to see... So there's like a whole dungeon in here, but it's off to the side of the boss. And I'm not sure if you can get through to the other side without fighting the boss. And I'm not that I don't want to fight the boss, I'm actually just curious. Okay. So that got a little froggy. Froggy. I'm saying froggy because of Key and Pill. There's like an episode where they're on an airplane and they're dressed as like they're basically mistaken for terrorists because they're fucking crazy people. But they're dressed like real funny, like crazy people. And they have like a box cutter and stuff, and they're telling their sea companion, who's one of the writers on the show, and he's also in some other shows. I think he's in 30 Rock. Yeah, he is in 30 Rock, if I'm not mistaken. No, is he? Yeah, I think he is. Anyways, it's really funny. And I'm pretty sure they say froggy. I'm pretty sure they say, it's gonna get froggy. And they say a lot of weird stuff. They're like, flip, flop, sharp. So, let that guy die. And now let's go grab this treasure chest. Like a real pirate. Like a real pirate. Iron Mask. This weapon's funny. This is just like a big chunk of sword. So it's just like a big old, literally a big unshaped iron mask. Just like a caveman. It looks like a caveman like beat it together with a rock or something. You know, very crudely made giant mask that would absolutely kill you if it hit you on the head. Or anywhere. That thing hit you anywhere on your body, that piece of your body would be gone, and there would be no more of it, and you would be having some trouble. You'd have trouble with whatever body part that was for the rest of your life. Okay, I want to get a backstab, and I didn't see the second guy. So stupid. I went for a heavy attack instead of a light attack on the backstab. Again, I'm kind of getting my games mixed up because I've already beat this game. I'm making this walkthrough and I'm playing Neo 2. Or sorry, Neo 3. And it's just, so some of the button presses are kind of getting to me. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm in a key pulse today. Like, I actually launched one of my attacks earlier on accident because I was trying to key pulse. Okay. Going upstairs. I did not need a drain attack on this guy, but just stunned him. Wanted to get him a stun so I could just kind of slash him up. And the reason I didn't drain attack him, I'm full on I-core for one, but that's not the reason I didn't do it. I didn't want to deal with the long animation. Can I just jump down this thing? Would that kill me? So I'm pretty sure we've just looped back around to the boss. Was there an enemy behind me? Yes, there was. I just need this guy to put his shield down for a second so I can get in there. Okay, next chest. Charge up counter, very nice. Just a little ranged option. Just a little poke from range. Okay, so that looped us all the way back around to the boss. So that answers your question on whether or not you need to do the whole dungeon to beat the boss. Or whether you need to beat the boss to complete the dungeon is what I was going to say. Or actually, there's more dungeon. Oh, so let's see. Let's see what's in here. For one, the map goblin. We had an enemy over there to the right. Did we have another one? No, we did not. Okay, map goblin's done. Let's see what happens when we go down here. Okay. This is gonna get froggy. So we have an enemy upstairs that I need to kill. It's one of those little heads. But I need to, sometimes you just play so dumb and it's just, you don't know why you're playing like that, but you are. So I don't know what these heads do necessarily. I know some of them resurrect enemies. So some of them resurrect enemies, and then some of them do other stuff. I really don't know what. Is that it down here? That's everything down here? There's nothing else down here? What? That cannot be it. There's this whole side area that's just 4 enemies. I mean, you fight 4 enemies in a downstairs basement somewhere, you think, and they're all like, you don't often see enemies in a dungeon clustered up like that. So I assume there had to be something. Okay, well, now we're gonna go fight the boss. So that's the whole dungeon explored. Now it's just the boss, which you could have done at the very beginning. And the boss actually lets you out the other side. So that's what I was trying to see. I was trying to see, can you get out to the other side without fighting the boss? More out of curiosity than anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff up and let's get in here. And we are going to use our Blood Reaver Blade to fight this guy. So I am just buffing up my, I was doing a little bit of buffing there, and now let's get in there with a hit. So one of the things about this build is you gotta get, you gotta charge up your Blood Reaver Blade with Blade Dance by getting in there and getting off some hits. Don't get too greedy though. So that was a lot of hits I got off. Not enough to max it out, but enough that this next Blood Reaver Blade will do some damage if I can get it off. He's too far, fuck. Oh, he wasn't too far. And the next Blood Reaver Blade should be it. There we go. Ruben, the Pioneer Captain, took him out, and we got a new attack called Dusk Edge. Dusk Edge. Dusk Edge. Dusk Edge. Okay, once you beat that boss, you're going to come out the back right here. And this is a nice little area. It's pretty. There's a lot of flowers and stuff down there to pick. And there's also a minion, a Yadwiga minion here, which is a lot of fun.
Let's stop for a bit.
So now it's time to get our next Pathos and our next blood bead. Blood bead? Yeah, blood bead. So here we go. Progenitor blood clot. Nothing that I need right now. I do love this weapon. This is a classic. This is Wolfhander from Code Vein 1. Nothing that I like desperately need, but let's go and buy them out just because I have the extra stock around. You can get some worn coins here, but there's actually a vendor that has infinite worn coins that you can get really quickly, that you can unlock early in the game. So now, I probably have enough to level up. Oh, nope. I thought I'd have enough left over after that to level up. But anyways, now we're going to get on our motorcycle, which I always turn to the left. I must be doing something with the joystick right when I hit it. I must accidentally be flicking it left. Okay, just get on your motorcycle. There's going to be a couple enemies in here too, specifically. And the first one that we just passed was pretty easy, but you don't have to fight them. And then the second one, I forget what's down this pathway, so I'm going to run down this pathway real quick. To the left, is there anything? There is nothing. That was the answer. There was nothing. Okay. And then in here, there's going to be one of those giant worm things like that boss we fought earlier. The Predators is what they're called. And that'll be off to the left with a bunch of purples around him, and there he is. We're going to ignore him for the moment. And we're going to grab... Actually, we're not going to... He's not an enemy you have to. He's just a random enemy. He is an enemy that will level up B blood codes, I think. B? I think he does. Maybe he doesn't. Anyways, you can rest at this... sorry, not rest. Here's the next Pathos that we're getting, and that is why we came in here, but also we need the blood bead. So we're going to continue around up these rocks, and the reason I'm not on my motorcycle right now is every time I get on my motorcycle in here, the rocks just like bumpy, and then I end up like taking forever to get through. And see, same thing right here. I'll probably end up jumping off my motorcycle. so bumpy, you know, just real bumpy. But you can ride your motorcycle through here if you want to. And we are coming up on the next cathedral of the Blood Bead. I call them the kitty regenerations. Kitty cats. Little kitty cats. We also have a Forma here right outside of the church. Vigorous Zeal. That is a buff skill that will buff 2 of your stats. I forget which 2. It's like wisdom and mind, or, you know, strength and dexterity. Based on its name, Zeal, I'm thinking it's a magic one, but I could be wrong. Maybe Zeal's like a dex one or something. Okay, so we grabbed that Blood Bead. Now we're just running around the back of the church just to make sure nothing's there. If you've been watching my videos, you know I like running around the back of these cathedrals to make sure there's nothing there. Okay, so that is our second out of 3 Blood Beads that comes from this zone. If I am not mistaken, let me check the map real quick. If I am not mistaken, the last Blood Bead actually comes out of the middle zone here, the castle. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything before we head into the next dungeon. So we did all of that just to get the Pathos and the Blood Bead early. Just making sure I'm not missing any Pathoses that are easy to get. Not missing any golden nectars or blood beads that I could easily find. See, this one, like I said, underground. You can't get that one until much later. If I'm not mistaken, I'm good to go. So I think we're fully buffed up for this area. So we officially have every Pathos and every Blood Bead and every Golden Nectar that we can get in this zone, except for this Golden Nectar in the middle and this Golden Nectar that's underground that you can't get until you get the 4th hero. So you won't be able to get this for a long time. So don't stress about this one. It drove me crazy trying to find this one. I was flying off this ledge. I should have just waited. Okay. Well, in the next episode, I'm going to tackle the abandoned land. And I'm also going to start the main mission that leads us into the castle. Well, this is the main mission that leads us into the castle, but you know what I'm saying. I'll start doing the next main missions. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.